You are listening to the Hello Sport podcast. Do you reckon Conor McGregor's gotten like Botox?
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell. There's obviously like people who say he's on the fucking Red Bulls and there's like a natural bloat that happens. But just looking at all those photos from UFC, I'm like, maybe he's just got Botox. Like, he's kind of like a gypsy, you know, sort of like a... Is that like a bad term in 2022?
Gypsy?
Can I say gypsy? Pikey? Is that all bad? Apologies if it is. I have no idea. But, you know,
call it like
fake teeth, flashy sort of shit. Like,
listen, Tom, I don't think that there is any doubt whatsoever in at least my mind that Conor McGregor has had some work done. He's had some things improved.
well, he's definitely had his teeth improved.
100%. But I think he's had a little bit of filler, a little bit of Bowie, just to, you know, pad the face. Like, have a
Look
go
at
in there. Next to Jake Gyllenhaal, who was ripped to fucking shit.
Jake Gyllenhaal have definitely on the Den and Kemp diet.
You want to talk cycles, baby? Like,
Yeah.
they're two cyclists right there.
Oh, yeah,
Insert
dude.
the image, Tobler, on the YouTube.
Peloton Central.
That's a Peloton.
But look at Conor's face. Like, it's just changed so much.
He got rid of the beard.
Yeah, but yes, he did. But he's even just down there, that one next to Jake, like, he looks different.
He looks red.
Well, that's, I think, what happens sometimes with the juicy juice. But see, there, he doesn't. Fuck, Jake Gyllenhaal's hot.
Yeah, he is. And he does look like he.
Look,
So
I don't
shout out
mind that
to you.
reference. Obviously, I am a Wish version, and I definitely don't have a six-pack. But, like, what's Jake doing to get a six? I don't want to get into a six-pack chat, all right? We do enough of that. I don't want to do that. But if he's
not about
seemingly able to do it safely and be jacked, why can't someone just tell me what to do? Take this,
Because he doesn't fucking do anything except fucking cycle and get jacked in the gym. Like, he'd be working out twice a day.
Do you think that we could probably find time to do that? It just cost heaps.
We wouldn't do it. We'd just be cycling without fucking.
Yeah, we'd just be
Putting
on
our
steroids.
bum on the
We'd
seat,
just
so
be on
to
steroids.
speak.
Anyway, not six-pack chat. I think he's definitely had some sort of filler jammed into his face. Would you do it?
Would I get? Listen, ask yourself this, punters and dribblers. If you are worth hundreds of millions, right? You've become the champ. You had the greatest rise in the history of combat sports, you could argue. And then one day you wake up and you're in the satin and the silk pajamas and you're in the mansion. You wake up, check the account. It's fucking as bloated as his face. And you say to yourself, what do I do today? Do I get on the blower to my local dock and nip down and get some filler? Is that how you fill your fucking days with your worth a couple of hundred? I don't know.
Like, he just doesn't look like his face moves all that much. And, you know, like, people who have it.
D rubbing his chest as they fucking zoomed in on him, bro. I'm like, what is going on?
That was a bit much.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
I'm like, that better be D rubbing his chest.
Yeah, of
bro.
course it was,
Jesus
mate. Of course it was.
Christ.
But, like, I didn't get those sorts of vibes from her to be like a chest rubbing, like flaunting, sexy, horny fucking.
I didn't get chest rubbing, but again, money can turn you into a rubber. I don't know.
Does it? Is it the cash? I mean, probably is, right? You just probably, like, I'd be embarrassed to have someone rubbing me chest.
But I think, and
that
I,
being Steph.
well, you and I have talked about this before, Tom, and I think that what happens in these instances is that they suffer from the syndrome known as mega fame, right? Where it just day by day, week by week, it just edges you out of society and into this other fucking world.
Here we go. Here it is.
Where chest
Look at her.
rubbing's
She's
play
basically
on, bro.
giving him a fucking hand job.
Look at how sultry it is, bro. That's the sort of rub that goes downstairs eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. And look at her eyes. Like, look at her. She's like looking at it. She knows she's up there. And now it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby. That's
Massage through silk. Right, Connor retweeted that. Shocking.
a rub that goes places, in my opinion.
Now, if you were to get Bowie, right?
Yep.
Because, like, it goes away.
Bowie dissolves, I think, or it becomes less effective.
How long does it go for?
Don't know.
I would like to see you get some Bowie.
You want me to get Bowie?
Yeah.
But my expressions are everything, Tom.
Yeah.
If you were to rob this face of expression, where am I?
But, like, raise your eyebrows. Both of them. Oh, someone at the door. No one there. Raise your eye, both. Yes, you get the lines. Now with dudes, I think we're like,
But you're supposed to get the line.
That's what I'm. Look, I'm with you. I'm not getting Bowie for shit. Have I got lines?
Yes, of course you do. That's how it works.
Yeah.
The
But then
skin's
chicks,
got
when
to
they-
crinkle in, bruh.
But then when chicks get it, you're like, it's funny because I almost feel like I've now been tricked. Bowie is so much like in front of me all the time that now if I almost see someone like a chick with a wrinkled forehead, I'm like, I almost notice it now as being abnormal because so many people get Bowie.
Bowie's everywhere. Like if you're in the Bowie business, you'd be counting your money all night long.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the Bowie business is booming. I don't have numbers on the Bowie business. Bowie lasts 3 to 4 months. Right. But then you can pad the Bowie world. Pad the Bowie world with a bit of filler.
See, again, filler's where it gets out of
Filler
control
in the
for
cheeks,
me.
filler in the
Lips is so bad, dude. It looks so bad. Obviously, there's a...
Filler
there's
in the
like a-
jaw for guys, dude. That's a thing.
That's insane.
To give you that...
Jarch.
No, he would need filler in the chin because he doesn't have one, as opposed to filler in the jaw would gives you that clean cut.
That Captain
The one
America
that-
look.
What we hide because we don't have one, you know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
think we do have one. What Dan Bilzerian hides or cultivates with his own beard. That's the beauty of facial hair, is that you can, like, a la Jarch, like you can shape your own face.
Well, you can be the master of your own destiny,
Yep.
as it were. He chooses not to be, but if
He
Ju-
sort of is.
Well, but if Judge came to me and said, "Listen, I've got something to confess. This whole lack of chin thing's been weighing on me, and I've gone out and I've filled it up.
A chin plant.
A chin plant. What do you think?"
I don't know that I would be glowing in my...
But what if it was a beautiful chin?
But it's obvious.
But what if it was just an incredible
I
chin?
think Jarch has an incredible chin already.
Okay.
Just the way he is.
So the beauty in the nothing.
He's a beautiful man.
He's gorgeous.
And I don't think he needs to change a thing
No, he doesn't.
except pretending to be from the country.
He
Pretend to be a farmer. He's from the
he's
country.
had one of the great glow ups all time.
Mm.
Not Bowie.
I started it.
You started it.
I did start his glow up. Remember when I gave him a haircut for the first time?
Is that what started it?
That's what started it, dude. I gave him a haircut and like you think it was some amazing hair. It was just a normal short back and sides fucking haircut. He then took the piss and went like shaved completely.
You got rid of all his long hair.
All the ratty, all that fucking rogue shit he was doing. But like he then went too far. He's come back now. But he remember when he used to like shave everything here and like when people would like shave the part into their hair and then it'd just be like this weird quaff.
You're talking about his Benny Benchwood haircut.
Streets of Sydney days. Yes, but that was just his real hair. Like he didn't get that haircut for the Streets of Sydney.
No, but that's what I'm using as a reference point
Yes.
in my mind.
Can you look up Benny Benchwood? For those of you who don't know, Streets of Sydney miniseries on YouTube, made it a few years ago. Jarch was a rugby league prodigy called Benny Benchwood, whose try celebration was pretending to rack up the try line.
Yeah, he was fucking good in that.
Yeah, he was great.
He was really good in that. Shout out to Benny Benchwood. I just noticed a graphic of Will Smith Emancipation. Did you see fucking?
I haven't watched it yet. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Is there a clip of it?
There's I saw.
Look at that.
Yeah, there it is.
What I need is to get up there with the big dogs is the media, man, because I'm a gnarly cunt. And, like, I need them to see that, you know what I mean? Like, I'll walk straight out of a club after racking up a fucking line, see some cunt talk shit, can I have an autograph, Benny? Boom, pop him in the fucking jaw. Like, I don't even care. Someone taking pictures. I'll probably get a start in fucking first grade the next week. And that's just the way it is, man. I mean, you're not original. You don't do shit like that. I mean, party with bitches, fuck bitches, all that sort of shit. You ain't going to get a start in first grade, bro. You're a pussy, you're out. Simple.
Well said.
Yeah, well said. Put that in.
I tell you what, that holds up now.
That does hold up now.
That holds up
Mate,
now.
we were ahead of our time.
That holds up now, big time.
Could we potentially? Can you get the up on Netflix? Just the Chris Rock thing. We'll watch it, and you can like cut between it. How long does he fucking roast Will Smith for?
Couple of minutes. But I've only seen it cut up into different videos on TikTok. I haven't seen
Whereas
it.
if we get it up on the flicks, we can just see the section of it.
I think there's like a 10-minute version.
Ah,
of the whole
fuck
thing.
that. That's long.
Too long. But he doesn't.
We'll find the clip then. Find a clip where he's ripping on him, and we'll just have a look at those.
He doesn't shy away. Like,
Some
he's
people are
waited
getting
a year.
upset.
Of course they are.
I was shocked by that. Like everyone was like, "Fuck Will Smith." Why would anyone care that he's
But I think where people are coming from is that he's dragged Jada.
Yeah, well, she was
into it.
part of it.
Well, that's what he was saying. He's like, listen, if you don't, he was defending her honor, so to speak. So she got because she got the shits, right? And so he just
She
pays them
also
both out.
didn't care at all that he went and cracked fucking.
But he brings up like, you know, we all know that she was fucking your son's mate and shit.
She was.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's interesting. Let us know if you've got that video, Tobler.
But so he's let it brew for a year. And
Yeah,
then-
well, he's let it brew. He's been fucking doing like the road and working it out, I think, is more so like the thing. But I will say I started watching it yesterday. For those of you that don't know, Daddy's a little under the weather. Daddy's playing hurt. Daddy's sick. But I'm not too sick. I'm better now. Yesterday, though. And so while I was in bed, sick, I started watching it. And I'm fucking like... Every comedian now is just talking about wokeness. Like, I get wokeness is fucking lame.
as in they're just paying out wokeness.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like, it's
it's certainly like consuming them.
it's consuming them. And I get it because it's fucking stupid, right? But I'm like, it's kind of... There's only so many ways you can point out the similar, like the logical... Is it fallacy? Like the logical missteps or mistakes, shortcomings of the woke fucking ideology, right? Like you might point it out with one story or one reference, and then there's another comedian who's doing, it's a different story, it's a slightly different fucking specific, but it's all kind of the same shit, and you just be like, okay, I get it now.
Do you think that they feel like this obligation? I'm talking about comedians here, punters and dribblers, to sort of, for lack of a better term, fight back?
Yes, I think so.
Do you think that their world, their industry's been encroached on in that you used to be able to joke about everything and now you can't joke about anything?
Yes.
And they just feel like this overwhelming need to fight back?
Yes. Which I get. But I think you need to find, like, I don't know, maybe better ways to do it. And again, very easy for me to say not being a fucking comedian. Like, it's not like it's not funny, but it's just a bit yawny. But, like, yeah, I don't know exactly how you do it. But you do need people doing what they're doing because otherwise it's, like, compliance. But I guess there's, like, a few major talking points in the woke thingo, right? Like, that you can't talk about. Like, there's not shit, like obviously there's increasingly more and more things you can't say, which is ridiculous. But there are some, like, main tentpole ones which your Chappelles of the world will fucking smash. And then everyone else around him is doing, like, slightly less intense versions of all of those same things. Like, there's not many.
It'll be interesting to see what Chappelle does next. Well, you saw him live, didn't you, Tobler? Did he mention any of that shit? Because in the last Netflix special he did, he was like, this is my last hoorah.
Of, like, shitting on all the cancel culture stuff.
Yeah, well basically it was transgenderism, which he was going after hardest. Was that any of that and shit in his...
Yeah, it was sprinkled throughout. Like,
so he's still
kind of in
sprinkling.
that tongue-in-cheek way, how he's like, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm just going to joke about it still because they still kind of... I'm still beefing with him, and, like, he was using it as not the punchline, but as kind of the setup more so.
Yeah, right.
So, like, he was taking aim at heaps of other people as the punchline, but just setting it up through all that kind of
lens.
shit.
Interesting. But it's an interesting point you make.
Yeah. They're all doing it.
They're all doing it. You could also just not do it for a bit. You don't have to do it all the time.
You don't have, like, there's also other things that are funny.
Heaps of other things that are funny.
What the fuck were they making jokes about before then?
It's a great point.
Did you find anything, Tobes?
I found like a 1-minute video we can try and watch.
Mate, that'll do.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
A lot
mate.
of them are those
People talking about it.
yeah, shitty
I
YouTube
fucking
videos
hate those.
where they like
No,
Even
fuck
though
them
that's
off.
technically what we're doing.
Dior's still away, punters and dribblers, if you're confused as to why Tobler is on the ones and twos and Dioring.
Rooted for Will Smith my whole life. I root for this motherfucker, okay? And now I watch Emancipation just to see him get whooped. Got me rooting for Massa, okay? Hit him again, Massa. Hit him again. You missed the spot, Massa. You missed the spot. And a lot of people go, Chris, how come you didn't do nothing back? How come you didn't do nothing back that night? Because I got Perry parents. That's why. Because I was raised. Okay?
Applause.
Yeah, you'd also get fucked up.
I got parents.
Yeah, he does talk about that.
And you
About
know
how
what
much
my
fucking
parents taught
bigger he is.
me? Don't fight in front of white people.
Oh, that was the end of it? Well, I don't mind that one joke there. That was funny enough. I will go and check it out. I'll probably do that tonight. What are the people say? Like, can you just have a look, Tobler, for like people who are saying what he said was bad? Or if there's like Will Smith has had any comment? I'm surely Will wouldn't have said shit, right? You just shut the fuck up at this point.
Nothing was sadder than Will Smith paying for people's Apple TV subscriptions to watch it.
No.
Yeah. That was when the movie came out. He was like, I'll pay for people's subscriptions if you want to check it out and shit. Like,
I do. You know what? There's a world where I feel sorry. Like
well, you know what it's like? It's like when you get in a fight with your missus, say, and maybe you've had a couple and you wake up the next morning, you realize you might have been out of line. It's like that times a fucking million.
Yeah, cool. Because
He would have woken up the next day and gone, oh, fuck.
dude, he still went out and partied after the Oscars.
Yeah, but he's still in the fucking glow. He's still
Yeah,
got a standing
everyone's
ovation
sucking
for all
his
those
dick, yeah.
dick lickers and ass lickers and mutt lickers in the crowd that don't know right from wrong. And he would have woken up the next morning, like checked his phone and gone, fuck, with 50,000 missed calls from his manager being like, bruh, we got fires to put out here. Because
You're fucked, bruh.
although the ass lickers at the Oscars swallowed it and
Yeah.
thought and still gave you a standing O, the rest of society didn't.
No.
And they thought it was pretty fucked up what you did.
Yeah.
And listen, yeah, your career's in the shitter.
I don't think that it should be something that fucking define. Like, well, it's hard not to define him, but like, people should be getting over it as well. I think now that Chris Rock came out and shit on him, you're like, all right,
It's listen.
he should be doing a real. Will Smith did a fucking chat with Trevor Noah on like a fucking lame TV show where it's like a really like soft.
Trevor Noah, the South African. Yeah.
It's like a soft sort of combo, but it's like it's a TV show, so he's still. You kind of want. It just felt like it was staged. It's like you should put him on a podcast with someone and have like a real fucking chat about it for an extended amount of time.
Yeah, like where's your head at?
Yeah, what the fuck?
And I don't listen, like obviously people should get over it and second chances and all that bullshit. But there's still, it's not going to leave your mind. Every time you hear his name now, you think about it. Every time you see his face, you think about it. Like you can't look past it.
No, you can't. What are these fucking losers?
Chris Rock got slapped by Will and he handled it in stride, but now he's taking it way too far by using the joke as profit and clout for comedy. Will's career is over. Chris is profiting, not to mention he made a Michael Jackson joke. He's an idiot. Jesus Christ.
What's the Michael Jackson joke got to do with anything?
I don't think you look to Twitter for like the opinion of the people.
No,
right?
you don't. No, you don't. It's an absolute shit show over there. He doesn't divide the internet. I reckon most people are like play on. The internet's a fucking crazy old joint.
It's a weird etch place.
Yeah.
If you can get slapped hosting the Oscars and then not retort, are you like, where are you at?
Yeah,
Of course you can.
Yeah, he just took a while to fucking come up with the best response. Podcast brought to you by our dear friends at Ned's, the betting platform of choice for all punters and dribblers.
The world over.
The world over.
But specifically people that live in Australia.
Now, rugby league is back, so we've got our same game multi hats back on.
SGMs,
Anytime try scorers on, your lines, overs, unders,
totals,
totals, 2 or more, 3 or more.
lines, alternates.
It's bloody good stuff. I tell
Combos,
you what, it's
rombos.
bloody good stuff.
It's unbelievable, but it's not like it's unbelievable stuff. But then when you leave your punting hat at home
Yeah.
and you play a bit of a Barry Crocker shocker, it's it's because I bet responsibly. It's not a big deal, but
No.
but your pride's hurt. It's about pride.
Yes.
Sometimes your pride gets hurt.
as long as you're gambling responsibly, then
Pride's the only thing on the line.
Pride's, well, not really. Technically, there is also money, and not technically, quite legitimately. Pride, though, lost for me on the weekend.
Yes.
I lost pride.
You did. You were 0 from
0 from however many I've had. Didn't get a bet.
12, I think.
But the benefit of doing it responsibly is that you can only bet what you can bet. Don't blow your load and do anything crazy, because that is irresponsible. And we're pro-responsible gambling here. But The facts are the facts. I'm shit at betting. It is what it is. Sorry. Now,
And I'm only a bee's dick better.
yeah, a bee's dick. And for those of you that know, bees aren't packing. Eddie,
Yes.
seriously though.
Yes.
Serious now.
Yep.
Serious voice.
Serious time?
Serious time.
Okay.
If you're having any trouble with gambling, which you might be, there are places you can go that are going to help you. The number for you to call if you are seeking assistance is 1-800-858-858. Punters, dribblers, we're releasing 20. Is it 20 cases of rosé?
It's like that, 20, 30, something like that.
We'd kept them aside, obviously, in case our good friends at Ozpost fucked any orders up, which they did, but not really. Mostly they were very good. But we did obviously keep some aside for those, for that instance. And now we're getting rid of them. So the final few cases of Big Day Rosé are on sale at hellosport.shop. Don't know when we'll do it again, but we will obviously do it again. But if you're into your rosé, if you want to cop one before it wraps up, hellosport.shop's where you go.
That's where you go, baby. Hellosport.shop. The remaining cases, the cases squirreled away for a big day. And here they are on sale.
Still hot as shit. I'm hating the fucking heat at the moment, but there is a way to beat it, and that's with Big Day Rosé.
Correct.
Fucking hating the heat.
Well, you want to fucking quench your thirst on a hot day? Big Day.
What you could also do is keep it in the freezer, get it nice and cold. Keep all, you're going to get 6 bottles in a case, and put them all in the freezer to the point where they aren't frozen but about to be. Then you lay them all down on your bed and you lay on them at night to keep yourself cool.
It's like a Big Day mattress.
Yeah.
That's fucking genius.
Yeah.
But you can only do that if you've got some. And if you don't have any, you'll need to buy some in order to do that. Do you know what I mean? Pretty simple.
Yep.
Big Day Rosé, hellosport.shop.
This Sunday on Main Event via KO, in front of the paywall, I don't think you need to be subscribed to KO.
No, you don't. You don't.
Our boy, Timmy motherfucking Zoo, Kostra's boy, Australia's boy, Timmy Zoo, undefeated. And going into an interim world title fight with Tony Harrison, who is currently, I think, the only man to beat Jamel Charlo, who he was meant to fight, Tim Zoo.
Correct.
But then he broke his hand in sparring. This motherfucker is the only guy to beat Tim Zoo. And they take each other on. They do battle.
This Sunday. Buy it via Main Event on KO. I tell you what, dude. Tim Zoo's got huge fucking nuts for taking this fight.
Well, dude, it's crazy because you're like,
insisting on this
you
fight.
could have just waited, you would assume.
Tony Harrison was like, dude, if I was you and I was at that Charlo fight, I wouldn't have taken a fight against me.
No, you got to
No, what?
respect it. But this is not a fucking, this is a serious fight here. Tim Zoo is no guarantee to win this one. Obviously, we want him to win, punters.
100% we do.
But he
And
is
I think-
no guarantee.
And I think in my heart of hearts he can win.
absolutely he can win. But will he win?
But fuck me, bro. Like, he is... I can't help but respect him. He's like, okay, can't fight Charlotte till later in the year, but instead of fucking waiting for a shot at 4 belts, which the winner will get...
So is that undisputed? Is Charlo undisputed?
Yeah.
God damn.
He is basically going, fuck that. I want to stay active. Give me Tony Harrison, who's a fucking big shit talker.
Huge shit
Like,
talker,
he's
dude.
been running his fucking
Yeah,
mouth
well, I had a
in
couple of these
big,
quotes
big way.
on the side that saved. Is he? What do you say here? Is he better skilled than his father? Fuck no. He's 100 levels under his father. He ain't a patch on his father. I don't know what a patch means, but that's
Well, a patch is in like Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts shit.
okay. Not a pube. He's not even a pube on his dad.
Yeah, I think that's probably
Easy to sort of visualize, right?
100%.
Unless obviously back in Kostra's day they were still bald from the eyes down. I don't know.
I don't know either.
What else did he say? He's not even surface level of what his father was. His father was a dangerous man and a heavy hand and had heavy hands too. So you can't force me to believe his father was undisciplined. I don't know what the fuck that is. I pride myself on giving people an illusion they can hit something they can't. Then I take it away and counter them. I'm Tony Copperfield. This is Harrison saying this. He believes he's a magician. Tony Copperfield, I believe, a magician or an illusionist.
I think David Copperfield was...
David Copperfield.
Not Tony Copperfield.
No.
So he...
Or
again-
Tony Butterfield, who played rugby league, I believe.
Yeah, there was a Butterfield.
Yeah.
Correct. Maybe
Or Buttergig.
maybe he's got a case of the Harvard Sinclairs.
He might have a case of the Harvard
he
Sinclairs.
might have a case of the Harvard Sinclairs using the wrong
Or
name.
he's saying I'm Tony Copperfield because I'm David Copperfield, but Tony Copperfield.
I'm just taking his last name.
Yeah.
Sure. Put Copperfield at the end and you're automatically magic. I was watching an interview with him and it was Ben Damon doing it. It was Tim and Tony talking to each other and he kept calling him Timothy. And Tim's like, name's Tim.
Oh,
And he's
really?
like, nah, mate, it's Timothy. He's like, nah, mate, my name's Tim.
Oh,
He's
my
like,
God,
yeah,
dude.
but I'd only call my mates Tim, like your full name's Timothy. He's like, no, my actual full name is Tim. And
Who?
it's-
Matt Damon's calling him that?
No,
or?
no. Tony's calling Tim that. And Tim's
And
going, my
Tim's
name's
getting
Tim.
upset.
Yeah. It's the back and forth you need. before
Well,
he
I
fucking
mean,
fights
listen, I will
Bush.
say this, and again, we're Team Timmy, right? We're not Team Timothy, we're Team Timmy. But
Timmy Zoo.
you shouldn't be allowing that to get into your fucking under your skin.
Well, like, I think you just wear it, right?
Do you do it?
I wouldn't. I don't think it's not.
As soon as you say as soon as you correct him, it's like, well, now I know exactly what I'm calling you forever.
Yeah, Timothy. Exactly. It's like Tobler.
Tobler.
He goes, don't call me Tobler. It's like, that's your
It's
name.
Tobler. It's like, okay, well, Tobler is very difficult to say.
way too difficult. Sorry, we're not from Swiss, you know?
Yeah. Sorry, we're not from Swiss, dude.
From Switzerland, I think you'll find.
Oh, Switzerland. Well, sorry, we're not from there either. Two places we're not from.
Yeah.
It's Tobler.
Yeah. Way easier to say. You get my point?
Learn Australian, mate.
Learn Australian. Now, the moment Timmy said that, he's just got fucking,
Dude, he's Timothy from then on.
he's got flooded on by Tony Harrison. I hope he doesn't come out thinking about that,
When he's out in the ring,
walking out. If he's just got Timothy ringing in his
that
head,
piece of shit calls me
that
Timothy.
it might inspire him.
It might inspire him. It might. I hope so.
Is Kostya coming out to support his boy?
I don't think Kostya's coming out. Kostya's got a new family in Russia.
Kostya's, he's just not a big traveller.
It seems that way.
His boy fighting first world championship, although interim, but you know what I mean.
Look, Kostya's got some shit. I think he actually there might be an illness in the family or something in Russia. I think I heard Timothy say that.
Right.
But Kostya, I haven't seen Kostya really coming out to any fights.
I haven't seen Kostya at any fights.
I mean, you are Australian, Kostya. You are a locally produced talent. I would like to see you come back to your country.
100%. Don't forget where you won your titles.
Where your
baby.
bread was buttered, dog. Come
That's
on.
it.
Come on out here.
Bread was buttered down here, bro.
Now we got.
I would have liked to have seen you help your son butter his bread.
Yeah, I think from what Timmy said before is that Kostya doesn't mind fucking chirping in the crowd. Maybe a bit too
Do they
much.
get Kostya on the iPad in between rounds? Does he
I
ever
think
yarn?
they have done that
I
before.
think they definitely have.
which is crazy.
It sounds ridiculous, but I'm certain they've done that before.
Imagine if you had like tech dramas.
Well,
cutting out?
you just talk someone else.
Just type it up. Just type it. Type it in Russian.
Voice notes.
We'll translate it, and then we'll just play it to him.
100%. But the fucking reality is Timmy Zoo can win a world title. Now, on Sunday, this Sunday, why the fuck wouldn't you want to tune in for that?
Yeah, I'm horny for it.
We'll be out there, Tom and I, ripping and tearing,
Oh, we'll be
supporting the
there.
big fella.
We'll be there cheering on our boy Timmy. Fucking screaming and shouting and hooting and hollering.
Oh, we'll be hooting and hollering, Tom. That's what we're good at.
Yeah, that's what we
we're
do best.
at. Hooting and hollering.
Hollering and hooting.
Now, obviously, Volt couldn't get it done recently from a world title perspective.
Well, he was robbed, but yeah.
It'd be nice to see Timmy just make amends for that, for you and I personally.
Yes. This guy, Tony Copperfield, Nee Harrison, he's good shit talker. He's done well at sort of selling the fight.
He's a great shit talker.
He can shit talk.
He's got a fucking bit about him from a shit talking perspective,
Whereas Timmy is sort of like silent and scary.
which you need to fear those motherfuckers. Like his brother Nikita doesn't say a whole lot.
Butch is fighting.
But Butcher will fuck you up.
Who's Butch fighting on that card? I'm a huge Butch fan.
Is Butch on the main card? Because if he is, Tom,
Well, we have to make sure that we responsibly.
well, if he isn't, rather, we need to get out there and see if we can.
Also,
Get into some
this will
early
come out
Butch work.
tomorrow, but no limit card tonight on Fox. Brock Jarvis back.
Brock
So
Jarvis.
that'll be you're listening to this Punters and Dribblers tomorrow. But
Brock back after his brutal KO to Liam Parra.
yeah. After getting fucking KO'd. But Brock very hot. Also doesn't speak much. Brock. Jeff
Brock-
does a lot of speaking for Brock.
Brock doesn't speak much, Brock.
No, Brock doesn't speak much. Brock.
but Brock's good look. Brock's good on the
looking.
eyes. Brock's good on the eyes.
Jeff does all Brock's talking.
He
which
does.
you could argue maybe I'd want to hear what Brock says.
Listen, sometimes I think it'd be nice to hear from Brock. Obviously, respect Jeff greatly.
Jeff's just an all-timer.
Jeff is an all-timer, but
What's Brock saying?
What's Brock saying? What's the word? Like ventriloquism.
Yeah, ventriloquist dummy.
It's a little bit of ventriloquism about it, I think.
Except that Jeff isn't actually having Brock say anything. Jeff's just saying it.
Yeah.
Can we just find an interview of Brock Jarvis? Because Nikita is fighting. Can you scroll up? Oh, there. Sorry, Bo Belbin. Doesn't sound like a real name, does it?
Tasmanian Bo Belbin.
That sounds actually exactly like.
Who
a
was the
Tasmanian name.
Tasmanian that was fucking?
That was the guy that I think Nikita fought last time. He fought a Tasmanian.
He did, and it was unbelievable.
And he beat the fuck out of him. I think he finished.
No. That Tasmanian you couldn't drop him. Remember, he was just
that
fucking
was
throwing.
No, I thought that was Jeff Horn's brother, Ben Horn, and Ben almost knocked him out.
No. There was a Tasmanian that was
Yeah, he
tough
finished
as
him in the first round, bro. Remember, we had money on it.
No, Nikita. No, it was Nikita fought on the same card as Simi. I think was it that night. And we were sitting
that was
up.
Ben. That was Jeff's
I'm
brother.
pretty sure the Butch fought that night.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I think that he fought.
We've watched the Butch twice, and one of them was close.
Yeah, that was Jeff Horn's brother, Ben Horn. Then
So I'm getting confused.
You're getting confused. The Tasmanian was when he was under the Galen Kristevsky card, and we had him round one, and he got him round one. He fucked him up. The Butch is a butcher.
Yeah. He takes souls.
Now,
Big souls.
I want to hear Brock Jarvis. There you go. I want to hear Brock Jarvis speak. Because he doesn't say. I've never actually heard him speak, I don't think.
The only time I've heard him speak was I heard him mutter a few things when we were at our old Nastaris fish restaurant, and he was in there.
Valet.
IBF Pan Pacific title, Brock Jarvis. Now,
Nice
he
lips.
had a bit of trouble coming into camp. It wasn't the perfect camp, and he was a tough opponent. Now, this was a mental fight for you, and you did well, and you stopped him in the 6th round. What are the positive takeaways that you can see?
Yeah, he's a tough opponent, and no one stopped him before, and we knew he was going to be awkward, and we had a bit of adversity in camp, but we got it done. So I'm happy with that.
But you stayed on his chest, you ate a couple of punches, you recovered well. There was only 1 or 2 that were fairly clean. The rest, it seemed like were glancing off shoulders and gloves. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. Hit me with, well, it wasn't.
Nice.
I didn't perform anywhere near my best, I don't think.
Brock can talk.
Called me some
Brock
good
can
shots and
talk.
stuff like
Brock
that,
can
so,
talk.
Credit to him, and
Brock can talk.
It seems to me that Brock's not allowed to talk.
It's what it feels like. I'd like a little more Brock.
Love a little more Brock.
Oh, sorry, everyone. Now, assuming Brock fucking humps this guy he fights tonight, you guys are already hearing this tomorrow. I want to hear Brock talk more.
Get him up
Get him on.
and get him into it.
Get him, Brock. But yeah, this Sunday, bruh. This Sunday, main event via KO. The card starts at 10.
12.
No,
The
the
main
main card
card?
starts at 12. You'd be able to get the unders or not?
Yeah. You'll be able to get the unders on KO. Main event starts at 12, punters and dribblers. Let me confirm that for you. Main event coverage starting at 12. There you go.
Yeah, you go.
12
First
p.m.
fight's at 10
Australian
a.m.
Eastern Daylight Time.
Coverage
baby.
starts 10 a.m. Pay-per-view midday. Main event KO. Fucking hell. Horny for this.
Make smart decisions.
Horny.
Make smart decisions.
Can't to me.
Yeah, to me.
Played some golf yesterday, Ed, you and I.
We did. We did, punters and dribblers. Listen, mixed results.
Mixed results.
It was a mixed day on the links.
We didn't have an opportunity to warm up or prepare or anything. We haven't played for a while since you're back.
I did warm my back up though because I
yeah.
had to.
We warmed up. I mean, like, no sort of... We came in playing like cold. No practice shots, no, putting and all this sort of shit.
We putted well.
We did putt well.
In our defence.
We were getting ups. We were invited to a golf game with 2 friends of the show.
Yeah, 2 studs.
2 studs, 2 athletes. So it was athletes versus activists. You and I activists for the punter and the dribbler.
Yep.
2 athletes, Ned Brockman of trotting across the country fame, Harry Garside of fucking Us Olympics, bronze medal, not a bronze gold medal.
Gold medal at the Com Games.
Now, listen, I think it's fair to say that you, me, and Harry all on a similar playing ability. Harry maybe, and I mean this with absolute love and respect, maybe like a rung below you and I.
Which is saying something. And that's with all love and respect to Harry. But
Yes.
Harry's just finding his...
Harry said he played golf like 2 times.
Harry's
so
finding the game.
Yes.
He's still finding the game.
Yep.
Now, he moves like a boxer, but he doesn't swing like a golfer. You know what I mean?
Listen, the beauty of golf is that it makes beaters of alphas and alphas of beaters.
Quickly. Like, if you've got those mates at school who are fucking good at absolutely everything, give them a golf stick and
Yeah.
see how they go.
Yeah.
Because I come crashing back down to earth pretty fucking quickly.
Miss the ball type stuff.
Ned Brockman, though, is that guy who I think probably was good at everything, and you give him a golf stick and he's good at that too.
Well, see, now I have a slightly different take on this. I have the belief that Ned, and again, based on our chat, he wasn't good at everything. He was never really picked. He wasn't in the first. He was fucking,
That's true.
But what he does seem to have is a very addictive personality. And he said he only started playing like a few months ago.
And he plays January. And now he plays every day.
Some of the shots this cunt was pulling off were like he was crunching every fucking drive.
He almost drove the green on the second at Wallara. For those that know the course, it's pretty impressive out of a guy that's played for like a month and a fucking half.
Yeah.
He was working that ball.
Yeah.
He was working that thing.
Yeah.
And I'm up there with my little 5-iron trying to protect the back. Just
we need your golf sponsor, but more than anything, Eddie needs golf sponsorship. Like I would love it as well, and we would only accept a duel. But Eddie is using clubs for an 8-year-old, and it's just hard to watch. No wonder your back's bad. You're bending over at some weird angles. You also use a putter. Now, I don't know if it's a family heirloom, which I respect, but an heirloom it is.
No, I like that putter.
Yeah, I know you do.
No, we're not getting rid of the putter.
Well, sure, that's fine.
You can accept new clubs, reach out sponsors, but I'm hanging on to the putter.
That's fine.
but
I just wanted to say this, Eddie, though, right? Despite our shortcomings, it was an Ambrose, Ned and Garside against Tom and Eddie.
Yep.
You and I. And once we started to fucking...
Listen,
I'll say to hit our straps,
I'll say this. Tom and I...
things came pretty good.
We lost by a shot, missed a sitter on the fucking ninth, whatever.
We almost sent it to a playoff hole on the last hole.
And we were down by 4 in the first fucking 4 hole. Doesn't matter. It's not about us.
We had a shot at an eagle because I drove the green.
What I would point out though is that you got to do pretty well to beat Tom and I, because if I'm having a shocker, he'll play well. If he's having a shocker, I'll play well.
Yeah.
We complement each other very well, the yin and the yang. So if Tom's fucking topping one, I'm putting it on the green. If I'm shitting one into the trees, Tom's putting it on the green with the driver. That's how we work.
Yeah.
Punters and dribblers. But as we look forward into our own lives, I think that you need to have golf as a bit of a string to your man bow.
100%.
You need to be able to fucking play the game at a level that is going to get, good shot, mate. Oh, fuck, not bad.
Shit, you're playing well.
Yeah, shit, you're playing well. Fucking nice, bruh. Like that sort of thing. You don't want giggles.
Muffled laughs.
Giggles or nay. You can have that one again, mate. You don't want that.
You don't want you can have that one again.
You don't want you can have one again as you reach over and fucking pick up the ball that's now behind your tee. You don't want that.
No.
Not if you're playing with people that you don't really fucking know. Like if you start to get fucking invited to games of golf with people, let's say this, punters and dribblers. Maybe you haven't met the love of your life's father yet. And he's a golfer. And you go out there, you have to go out for a game of golf with him because he fucking loves it.
Yeah.
But you don't know how to play golf. He's saying no to you, bro.
Dude,
You're getting a no.
it's a leveler. Like you can be the high corporate CEO fuckbag, or you can be the shit kicker, everyman, dribbler, punter, getting around, just like to have a hit. You might find yourself in a fucking twosome or an Ambrose or together, paired up, having a game.
You might have a work golf day you got to go to, a charity golf game you got to go to. It doesn't like the amount of sort of scenarios in which you could find yourself need to be able to swing a club is endless. You need to get yourself to a point, Tom, which is where I think you and I want to get to. If not to be great, to be forgettable.
Yeah, like don't remember how shit I was.
How did he play? Fuck, I can't remember.
Like honestly,
you remember a shit player.
if you were to ask Ned and Harry,
Yeah.
Harry and Ned, how'd they play? Like it wouldn't be glowing. Like there was a lot of laughs. Like Ambrose saved us.
I think they would have said we grew into the round.
Yeah.
But our first hole was fucked.
No, like we took 4 shots before we reached Ned's drive.
Correct.
So let that sink in. Again, early morning, Ned an early riser. I'm not making excuses, not an excuses guy generally, but like Ned and Harry early risers.
Put it this way. My alarm went off at 5:55, which is ungodly for me. So to put that in context.
Yeah.
Right?
Still dark.
Still dark. Where I think we're getting to in a roundabout way, and we've teased this on the podcast many times, but this time I'm fair dinkum. Like I've never been more fair dinkum in my life. Tom and I need help.
Yeah, we need help. We need
And I don't
coaching.
want you to send me some fucking YouTube video I'm not going to watch.
No.
I don't want me to drive up to Port Macquarie because although the offer's very generous,
Lovely.
it's unrealistic.
You got to be Sydney-based. You got to come to us. You got to coach us.
Now, whether or not that's pro bono or at a heavily discounted rate, we can work that out.
For promotional purposes, obviously.
Obviously, there's give and there's take. But we need to become forgettable golfers. That's what I need
At
for us.
least forgettable golfers.
Well, we get to forgettable, and then we can start talking about being legit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can start talking about being a feared fucking twosome that goes out and collects
Dominates.
checks,
Yeah.
baby.
Forgive me for coughing.
Because God's willing. What if we play with a big punter?
Yeah, what if we play with, some big dog?
Who makes us feel inferior if we don't get our fucking money out?
We played one charity golf game.
Oh, that was
and
pathetic.
That wasn't great. The sort of low point for me of that was topping the ball off a tee that was like a sponsored fucking Southern Comfort or some shit, and there were plenty of people there watching me, and I topped it into the bush that was directly in front of the tee box.
Yeah, that was on the crowd hole.
The crowd hole.
You know,
dude.
crowd holes. There's a tent and there's a DJ
Yeah.
and there's a bit going on. You don't want to fucking top the ball into the bush in front of your foot on the party hole.
No.
In front of the gallery.
In front of the gallery. But what I'll say is this. What was interesting to see was, yes, Ned and Harry got out to a lead, 4 strokes. I think it was 4 strokes by like the 6th hole. I think we had
By the 4th hole.
wasn't
by
it
the
the
4th
6th?
by the 4th hole.
5th? Because I
After
thought it was
after 4 holes, we were down by 4 and then we birdied the next 4 holes because that's what we do. Not birdie,
That's
pard.
not correct.
Pard. Which is basically a birdie. For
Well,
Tom and
it's
I.
it is. We had a shot at an eagle, but what was I don't know if I
three-putted.
mentioned that before. We 3-putted, got a par, but did have a shot at an eagle because I drove the green. What was fun and interesting for me to see was when it looked like we were coming back. That was when you saw Brockman and Garside start to yip up. They started missing easy putts they would have started hitting shit shots, and then you saw the competitiveness come out. Because they're like, to do what they do, you got to be competitive as fuck, right? You got to like hate losing. No one likes losing, but they like successful athletes fucking hate it.
Well, Brockman looked at us and goes, if we fucking tie this, we're going back up and
We're
playing
doing another
again.
hole, and I'm like, all right, cunt.
He was
He did not
fuming.
want to lose. And then on the final hole, was it even? Or no, we were one behind.
No, we were one back, but we missed a putt to tie it.
To tie it, but he hit a pile of shit off the tee, and Harry, with the greatest respect, was not. It was better,
It was
but not.
better. It was better.
And it was looking like we were going to do the damn thing. Now, I think it was the fair result, like the right result happened, and we lost by a shot.
The result happened. What I'd like to point out, Tom, is the power of Yip
Oh, yeah.
and Yahoo and Dribble and Yarn.
Yeah.
Dribble can be used for good, and largely it is. Obviously, it spreads good cheer amongst the community, but you can infect a mind with Dribble. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right. The pressure of losing to us brought on Yips.
But also, just going, mate, bit of work to do.
Bit of work, yeah, especially those putts. A lot of golf in that shot.
A lot of golf. Your knees will not shake more, skydiving included, than standing over the top of a 3-footer. Nothing.
Mate,
Nothing will make you feel more alive than addressing a 3-footer to fucking keep yourself in the game. Your balls will be up in your throat.
if you have balls.
Obviously.
Vagina's also up in the throat.
Uterus is in the throat. Whatever.
Ovaries.
Sure. Fallopian tubes. You know what I mean?
Clitorises.
Cleats in the throat.
Flaps.
Flaps. What in the throat? Anyway. You get what I'm talking
You
about.
understand what we're saying.
You get what we're
You
saying.
understand what
It's
we're
pretty
saying.
obvious what we're
Pretty
talking
clear
about.
what we're saying.
And if you're not following, maybe we're not
That's
for you
fair.
because I couldn't be more clear. Now, if there is a golf pro out there that goes, these fuckers sound like my cup of tea, and I think that I can take them from dog shit topping the ball regularly to forgettable golfers, and then maybe the dizzying heights of we'll bet you fucking 5K a hole, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's the zenith of a golfer,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the path to greatness.
I kind of think forgettable golfer beat Brockman.
Dude, if we become
almost
forgettable,
beat him,
we
actually.
beat him
Yeah, we
easily.
beat
What
him,
the
that's
fuck
true.
are you talking about? You
That's
beat us by
true.
one stroke.
Yeah.
God save us.
We basically won.
We did. We missed that putt on purpose because he looked angry.
Yeah, he did. He looked pissed off, and he's done a lot for us. You know, he ran across country, inspired a nation. We don't want to upset an inspirational man.
No, we don't want to upset an inspirational man. But there were good signs out there, Tom. Rarely, but good signs.
There were some good signs at some stages, and that you got to take that.
My short irons were okay.
Putting was good.
My putting was good. My
we almost
chipping was
sunk
pretty
a couple
good.
of fucking monster putts.
Yeah. So they're good signs. Straighten up the drives.
Straight into the drives.
Strengthen my back to a
I've
point where I
got to
can
get a
drive
slice and a draw out of my game. Like I either slice, then I overcorrect and I draw, or vice versa. I can't seem to hit straight.
them. But also,
Except that one time when I drove.
golf
the dream.
pros reach out. Like, what is realistic for Tom and I? Right? Like, how long until we can be forgettable? And how often do we have to play? Can we play once a week and be forgettable in 3 months, 6 months?
Dude, if we play once a week, we're forgettable in in like a month and a bit, I reckon.
Do you reckon?
Yes, dude. Because we're coordinated.
Well,
and we already play.
but we've got there's a blueprint.
We already play golf
We hit enough good shots.
to be forgettable in it. Like we've already, if we were, I think to take us from a never played golf to forgettable golfer, that would be a longer process. But you just got to put your foot here, put your bed, think this year, do that, free clubs, you know, sponsorship, whatever, like
Free clubs, sponsorship, shout out. Like, you know, you get how it works.
driving range, lessons, free clubs.
Like, what do we need? Tell
Yeah.
us what we need to do to become forgettable, because I want to be forgettable by June. So
Well, I believe we might be playing some golf next month, so like even quicker than that.
well, I think it's the end. I think it's isn't it the 30th?
No, it's the 14th of April. I told you this. We had this conversation.
What about Sebo's one?
Oh, fuck. When's that? Okay, well, I'm prepared that I won't be forgettable by March 31st.
Is that a Friday?
Yeah, Friday Arvo, North Sydney.
I'm comfortable in the knowledge I won't be forgettable by March 31st, but maybe I'll be less memorable. You know?
Yeah, you want it. Well, I think that's realistic for us. Become less memorable and then become forgettable.
And then just a couple of, nice shot.
Yeah, a couple of nice shots from a couple of fucking real athletic studs.
Yep. But anyway, that was a roundabout way of asking for free golf clubs.
And lessons.
And lessons.
And advice.
And advice.
And maybe, like, I wouldn't mind having like a caddy for a round. Just help me with my shot selections and shit.
Well, that's what a coach, isn't a coach going to come around for a round? Give
I
us some
certainly hope so. Certainly hope so, Tom.
early morning sessions at the range.
I certainly hope so.
Tell you what, that Moore Park Golf driving range is open until 11 o'clock at night. 11 o'clock at night.
Too late.
No,
For
dude.
me.
No, but I'm not saying you go at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Well, I was just making a point.
Well, but I'm not. What I'm saying is it's open till 11 o'clock at night. Maybe it's 10, but whatever. Let's just say it's 11 because that's what I thought. That is purpose built for dudes. Oh, we had well, I mean, I know chicks play golf.
That
But-
fucking joint.
Perfectly purpose built for. My missus is angry at me. I'm gonna go and cool off and hit a couple of golf balls.
Or
Kids are in bed.
sorry, darling, I've been held back at work. I've got a really important presentation to get done. Oh, sorry, you won't believe it. The boss just fucking dumped a heap of
whole heap of shit on me.
paperwork on my desk. I got to go photocopy it. Who knows?
Why'd you pack the golf clubs on your way to work?
Well, they're always in the car. They're always in the car.
They should always be in the car.
Because you don't like them in the house because apparently they clutter up the room.
I will say this: there is not a car other than a Ute that fits golf clubs comfortably. Like they need to find or design either the boot or golf clubs to fit in cars. They just don't fit.
Well, they need longer boots.
The driver is always fucking getting bent.
Yeah.
Unless you lower a chair, which, what if you got 2 baby seats? What do you do then? Answer me that fucking question.
It's a great question, Tom. It's a great question.
Or just give me a Ute. Reach out big Ute.
Yeah, reach out big Ute for Tom. That place at Moore Park, just while we're on it, that fucking joint, that driving range would print coin.
Yeah.
You want to talk about money earners? Like, that's it. All you do is drive around in a little car. People try to hit you, pick up the balls, put them back in the thing, conveyor belt them upstairs, bang.
Back in. Go again.
Go again.
Wonder if they are. Like, should we be looking into driving ranges?
Well, you need a bit of land, Tom.
Well, I'm talking regional driving ranges here. I'm not talking about city driving ranges.
I don't know if you'd have the traffic at the regional setup.
But maybe the land's cheaper, so in a roundabout way, you're still making all right money.
Possibly.
Although I will say this, the driving range in Barrel is now an empty paddock.
And the driving range in Dubbo, no longer there, I don't think. I believe last time I asked this question, it was removed. It had one of the great mini golf courses of all time. Probably wasn't that good, but we thought it was good when we played it.
Good enough.
It's good enough to keep a couple of young bucks happy. Tom, I was on fucking the internet the other day, and this fucker was on there, Harvard. I wrote his name down because I'm just diligent, right? Harvard PhD. Guess what his name is? Harvard Sinclair. So Harvard PhD. His name's Harvard Sinclair.
Who the fuck calls their kid Harvard? What a pompous name.
I know.
And then going to Harvard. His whole life would have been built around that.
Correct. Anyway, he was saying that they've been doing this research, right, where they fuck with like an enzyme or a protein in mice, and they've been able to reset the age of the cells by 80% in eyes. So like cure blindness and shit in mice. So like,
wow.
So like your eye gets old and fucked, and you get cataracts and shit. They reset the cells, and they become over time 80% younger, right? Which I was like, that's pretty fucking wild.
Well, that's a lot. Is that then like, are they going to be able to transfer that to just like everything else?
So he was saying that now they're trying to do testing on non-human primates, and then if they get success there, then they'll roll it out further.
So could they Benjamin Button me?
So
if I get to 50 before this shit becomes...
He said there's no apparent downside to this yet, right? So what happens was they then were like, okay, so we've done the eye. They didn't pick the eye for like
They arbitrarily decided.
They arbitrarily picked the eye, and then they were like, okay, can we do anything else? Skin. Apparently, skin was way easier than the eye.
That's good news,
right? Then they had effects there. He's like, theoretically, what we're seeing, right, is that you can essentially roll this out to the entire body. Now, this is only in mice they're doing it, but this guy was getting seriously fucking toey. He's like, mate, aging can be reversed 100%.
And in our lifetime, are we thinking
that's what
like,
it's fucking sounding like, dude.
That's pretty good.
And I'm sitting over here going, a rich motherfucker's going to start rolling back the clock 80%?
Yeah, but yeah, so what does that like,
Are you allowed to do that? Is that like
a cheat? Is that like cheating in a game?
Is that a cheat code?
But like, again,
imagine getting to...
You can't make you immortal though, it's just about looks.
I think if you're rolling back all the cells, I think you get young everything. You got a young cock. You got a young balls. You got
balls still be pretty wrinkly, but I get it.
Well, like I'm just talking about loads here, baby.
Yeah,
like,
young powerful loads.
Young powerful loads. Yeah. You got a young face. You got a young bod.
Tight skin.
But you got memories. You're wise as fuck.
Yeah, young, hot, and wise.
Young, hot, and wise. Okay, now we're talking. Talk about triple threat. Young, hot, wise. Wow.
Yeah.
And then it got me thinking, like, people are going to start taking that shit up 100%. You're going to be surrounded by old fucking people that look young as
people.
Fuck.
But who wouldn't take that up? Of course you would. Like, why wouldn't you take that up? But I assume it doesn't
then-
make you like immortal, right? Like, it couldn't stop you from getting like cancer or fucking. It's like cures for shit. It's just like this is how you will look.
Well, I think that you could sort of like prevent cancer by having young cells.
Well,
maybe.
you'd be able to do some shit like that.
Again, this is really surface level intel here, punters and dribblers. I just thought it was interesting. I thought I'd get a bit of conversation going around the idea. Like how...
What would be the first thing you made younger?
But how many times would you keep doing it?
Well, you'd keep doing it.
But how long would you want to live for?
How long does it last?
You wouldn't want to fucking live.
So if it takes me back 80%, right? So let's say I'm 100, I live to 100.
You go back to 20.
Take me back to 20.
Do you go back to 100, then go back to 20?
Yeah, like, do I just keep going?
Or would if you when you get to 100, back 80%, would it take you back to 40?
Or, but like how, and also like how long do the cells start to age more quickly once it's been done?
So many
like
answers.
an elastic band losing elasticity.
I think in the fullness of time, the aging thing may well run out of puff. I don't know for sure. But then it got me thinking, like, how long would you want to live for? Like, because we've got this sort of, everyone's sort of, you got that 80, 90, 100 ideally sort of number that everyone sort of works to, right?
Yeah, but that's got a lot to do with things, right? You become a fucking human
that's
inside
what
of like a fucking
that's what I'm
decrepit
saying.
body.
I'm saying if you're 80 but you look 20,
and you're fresh as a fucking daisy,
do you just go out there and make new friends and start fucking?
why wouldn't you keep the same fucking friends?
Because most of them are dead.
Well, they're doing the same thing, aren't they?
Well, maybe it's only for the rich. You're the only billionaire in your group. I don't know. You know
Well,
what I mean?
okay, right. If you're the only billionaire, I mean, if I'm the only billionaire, I'm probably hooking up my friends.
Come with me.
You want to get young again? Why wouldn't you?
What would you do first?
That's what I just asked you because
Yeah,
I
I know.
haven't thought about it. To be honest, I look pretty fucking young as it is, so I don't know yet, like, what would be the issue.
Let's say you're 100.
Just try. Okay, let's say I'm 100. Well, it'd be your skin, wouldn't it? Or your muscles? I think it'd be your muscles. Like, I'd want to be able to feel, like, physically, I wouldn't want to be limping around and shit.
Yeah, muscles, because then you could work.
And
you can move.
You can move. I think it's got to be like, get me muscles back, then, and I mean muscles in the just very general sense. I understand, punters and dribblers, that I'm not rippling like a cycling Denon Kemp. But if you were to get my muscles back, then your skin, that's sort of all you need, isn't it? Bones. You want your bone. You don't want brittle old fucking osteoporosis bones. I wonder if it, like, what it'd do for shit with like arthritis and all that sort of stuff.
It's great questions.
Look, we don't have Harvard on the blower.
We don't have Harvard Sinclair on the blower, but just know that we've got an eye on Harvard Sinclair.
Look, I shit on his name, but he does seem like he's doing good work. That doesn't change the fact his name's pompous as fuck, though, right?
Harvard Sinclair is one of the most pompous names I've ever heard in my life, and he sounds like he plays rugby union.
Maybe only after Thomas William George Birmingham. Edward Lloyd Simpson.
Yeah, I mean, both mouthful names.
Real
Shout out to our
mouthful
parents.
names. Thank you so much for giving us those fucking names. That's pretty interesting, though, dude.
Isn't
In
it?
our lifetime. Dude, maybe we just
This guy
stay
was getting really fucking toey about it. But then I also read a comment being like, this sounds like the opening scene of I Am Legend, where it's
Yeah.
like, no apparent downsides, and then
Yeah.
there's some fucked up disease we all get.
Zombies eating brains. Do you know, and I heard this on, I think this was on, again, I get a lot of the interesting shit that I sort of am looking at is from via some fucking scientist on a Rogan podcast. But there was something, David Sinclair, his name's Harvard Sinclair, isn't it? Or is his name
maybe it's
David
David,
Sinclair
I
from
fucked it.
Harvard? You fucking idiot.
He's Australian.
Is he? Could we get
Australian
him?
biologist.
Dude, where's he? Could
Known
we get
for
him
his
on the potty?
research on aging and epigenetics.
Epigenetics.
He's Sinclair's professor of genetics at Harvard Medical School and co-director of its.
You are a fucking idiot. His name's Harvard Sinclair.
He's an officer of the Order of Australia. So the guy's
Why aren't we hearing
he's got
more about
runs
him?
on the board, bro.
He went to UNSW as well.
Look at this cunt. Shout out David Andrew Sinclair. Still sound like he played rugby union, but not Harvard. I take all of that back. Harvard Sinclair at Harvard.
I was trying to Google Harvard Sinclair and nothing was coming on. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then this bloke popped up.
There he is. So this motherfucker's Australian. There you go.
Is he ever in Australia? Let's get him on. I'm sure we'll be able to have a nuanced fucking debate around
Oh, that'd be
aging.
great, Tom. That'd be great.
We'd be just going, so like, could you make my fucking nuts bigger? Well, there you bloody have it, eh?
you bloody have
Dr. David Sinclair.
Yep.
From Harvard. Not Dr. Harvard Sinclair from
Harvard.
David.
From David. Well, Harvard.
From Harvard.
Listen, innocent mistake.
All right, Punters Dribblers, before we go, must remind you, Thursday, 8 p.m., maybe slightly before to make sure the internet isn't fucking around. Live stream, Thursday, Hello Sport YouTube, myself, Edward, Streety and Jarch, the great Streety and Jarch. We're going to be doing a livey watching Penrith v. the Rabbitohs.
The old gang's back together
The
again,
old gang's back together.
Titanic dribble. Trivia, rather.
Trivia.
With dribble. There'll be dribble as part of it.
Yeah.
I'll have me Captain Smith hat on.
Yeah.
We'll be giving away fucking prizes. We'll be shooting the shit. We'll be having a great time. Streety will be fucking offering pearls of wisdom.
Yeah.
Jarch will be, I don't know, fucking trying to crack a whip. It'll be fun, though. You know what I
it'll
mean?
be good times. You'll probably be seeing a bit more of the four of us as well, potentially, just as a little...
Just as a little carrot there, baby. You will be seeing more of the four of us. Hello Sport YouTube. Don't fucking miss it. Last week was a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was
That's
great.
just the reality of the situation. And you can expect more of them, baby. Because I'm in a mood to live stream right now.
Yep.
And I think tomorrow for us, Tom, but tonight.
Oh, it'll
for
be
the Punters
tonight.
Dribbler,
Forget that. It's tonight.
Gonna have a lot of fun.
Love you all so much.
See you there.
Bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?